Hi, fam. All right. Some of you, we've talked a little bit about this, and there's a little more familiarity with the concept of what I'm about to share with you. But it's something that we're going to press into as a team and corporately in this next year. And I pray it's something that becomes a huge blessing to you in your life, in your walk with prayer with the Lord. A little background first. At Altars, January of 2025, I had the privilege of having dinner with a really dear, dear sister there. Her name is Maggie. Elisa and I got to meet her for dinner and we talked, and she shared this concept with us. And it blew my mind because it's simple and disciplined and really, really powerful. And they've seen the effects of it in the Church of the City, ministry in the Church of the City, leadership team, and the power of prayer. And so it is this, it's called appointed prayer. I'm going to actually read my notes because it's just easier. It says, it takes an assignment with the Lord for a designated time for a specific purpose. It is appointed. The word appointed means of a set time or place decided on beforehand to designate or to set apart for a specific purpose. So the idea behind appointed prayer is that there is a set amount of days, a set time, and a set amount of time, right? So you have what I'm going to ask is, as a team, that we incorporate this in our lives in 10-minute slots for 21 days. And so for those appointed slots, what you're going to do is you're going to pick a 10-minute slot in your day that you know you can commit to. You mark it on your calendar as a set appointment. Again, it's designated, it's set apart. It's a consecrated time with the Lord. And so we believe that spending time in the Lord with prayer is always good. And there's an invitation to go specifically and deeper in 10-minute segments, specifically for certain elements of people, the ministry, our families. I have actually practiced this spring with my family, and it is remarkable. First of all, 10 minutes doesn't seem long until you're in 10 minutes. And then I'm like, wow, Lord, I ran out of all the things that I think I should say. So what are you actually inviting me to pray? And so this is your invitation to appointed prayer. It is doing all you can to keep the time, set an alarm, then set a timer, silence distractions. If praying, listen to this is from Maggie. If praying for 10 minutes without distraction seems difficult, get into a position physically where the distractions are fewer. And so there's also the great benefit of the discipline of 10 minutes with the Lord, specifically. Say, for example, my daughter graduated this year. So one of my 21 days of appointed prayer were specifically for her as she's graduating and seeking the Lord as to what she's supposed to do. What are her next steps? This is something I would recommend, is to stack discipline. So if you're memorizing scripture, pray those scriptures during that time. If you're fasting one day a week, take 10 minutes of that day in your fast, that would normally be a meal time, to invite the Lord into that appointed time. If you're praying for nations, pray for the next generation of that nation. Pray for the leadership of that nation. Pray for the marriages of that nation. I love this. She says, if you need to forgive someone, add them to the appointment and work with the Lord on that. We are after an increase of devotion and an increase of access of God to our hearts and to our worlds. The enemy is not afraid when we get busy and go and do, if that going and doing is not birthed out of prayer. He's terrified that we will become people of intercession, people of great prayer. And so there's a verse in Isaiah 64. Hold on, let me find it. Isaiah 64, verse 7. I referenced it in the notes that that we have for this, but I want to read it to you. It says, there is no one who calls upon your name, no one who rouses himself to take hold of you. Let that not be true of us. Let that be something that spurs us to rouse ourselves to take hold of him, because everything in culture is, just pray a blessed Jesus prayer, pray a quick little, I'm praying for you prayer. But this specific rousing of ourselves for a devoted amount of time on specific focuses is incredibly powerful. And so let us be those. I was thinking about how the Bible tells us the eyes of the Lord are searching for those whose hearts are fully his, so that he might show himself strong on their behalf. And so I want to encourage you, as we step into this, think about who the Lord might be inviting you to pray specifically for. It may be someone in your family. It may be maybe it's your health journey, but perhaps it's your pastor or Revelation Wellness or your regional team or a decision you need to make. Or perhaps it's someone, maybe it's Elisa. Maybe it's the Lord is inviting you to intercede for 21 days, 10 minutes a day for X, Y, and Z. This is so exciting. Think about what the power of prayer does. And so on the document that is related to this, you'll see there are different things suggesting pray for, suggestions of prayer and themes and that kind of thing. And consider, as the Lord invites you to this, consider if it's a specific person. Are they someone who's behind you in their walk with God, meaning they're not as mature? Are there someone who's beside you in your walk, like you're in similar, like running together pace? Are they someone ahead of you? The Bible models praying all these different ways for the people who are coming up behind us so that our ceiling becomes their floor. Those who are alongside us, because they are our Moses and Aaron's, they're the ones who run, that we stay strong. And then those who are ahead, those who are leading, I think about Elisa, John Tyson, the pastor of your church, those people who they need the covering of our prayers. So you are invited to incorporate this into your life. I would love to hear testimony of both the discipline of it and the delight of it, right? This discipline of sitting an appointed time creates space for delight and breakthrough. All right. May you rouse yourself to seek him. He's worthy and he's beautiful. I think it's Zechariah 9:17 says, how great is his goodness, how great is his beauty. And I pray as we press in, not only will we see breakthrough, but we'll see him and be more and more captivated by our good and faithful King. Love you all.